Good morning, friends, and welcome to Infinite Gems, where we discover the gems upon the shelves and within ourselves. It is December, and this is a time where we're really trying to connect with community and family and neighbors. And so the gems that I've picked out for today are really reflective of that spirit of connection.
There are a lot of holidays in December. There's Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, winter solstice. And one of my favorite books to read during this time of year, and actually during most holidays in the year, is Happy Pig Day. I love this book because it really helps address some of the issues that come up during this time. Sometimes people don't know whether they're supposed to say Happy Kwanzaa to someone if they themselves don't celebrate Kwanzaa or Christmas or Hanukkah. And do I say Happy Holidays? And what do I do? And I think this book is a really great way to kind of address some of those questions that might come up in your family or your classroom. So the story is about Piggy, who's just absolutely so excited because it's one of the best days of the year. It's Happy Pig Day! And he's very excited because it's the best day for all these kinds of parties and songs. But his friend, Gerald, well, he's not sure how he feels about this holiday. And actually, he feels a little left out. And what Piggy comes by and says, are you okay, Gerald? Like, how are you feeling? He tries to explain to his friend, I don't have a snout. I have a trunk, and I have big ears. I'm not a pig, and I don't belong. So Piggy eventually explains and says, Happy Pig Day is not just for pigs. Happy Pig Day is for anyone who loves pigs. And to that, Gerald says, well, oinky oink oink, and he showers his friend with love. I've used this book for all kinds of holidays, actually, for Eid, for Pride, and I am planning on using it for story time during this December holiday season as well, because I just think it's a really great way to start a conversation with kids or even families about what it means to celebrate the holiday of a loved one, even if you don't belong to that particular tradition, and also to be sensitive to those who might not necessarily celebrate a particular holiday. So yeah, I think this is a great book that really encourages us to be authentic and express our love to our loved ones in whatever way we see is true and genuine and kind. Another gem that I love, and I read at story time almost every week, is Good Morning, Buenos Dias. It is a really fun board book that I've used for kids ages 1 all the way up to 7. It has really sturdy pages, and the kids just have a blast playing with the different illustrations. The illustrations are really fun, and it reminds us that, we don't always have to wait for the holidays to greet our neighbors and our friends and our coworkers or people in our classroom. We can greet anyone at any time and brighten up their day or their morning just by saying good morning. And in this book, there's all sorts of fun characters. There's this really cute alarm clock, and you can say good morning, alarm clock, buenos dias, despertador. The kids have a lot of fun with this one. There's also different neighbors that you can say hello to. So for example, there's the baker, buenos dias, panadera. And inside you see someone making fresh bread. It's really yummy. Anyways, the kids have an absolute blast with this one. I recommend this for anybody. It just doesn't get old. Just doesn't get old. Another really great little gem that I think really reflects the season of neighborliness and kindness is What's Cooking at 10 Garden Street. It's an awesome cookbook / story that features beautiful illustrations. It takes place in an apartment building. Every page features a different family that lives in that building. So, for example, we have up on the 3rd floor, Mr. Singh opens a can of coconut milk. And then on another page, you might see in another apartment, Mr. Ibrahim remembers his childhood home and smiles. And what's great about this book is that you can see all these gorgeous little details in the background that reflect the different cultures and traditions of each of these families. And what's extra special is that on the other side, you see the actual recipe. And at the very end, all the neighbors get together and they pull up a chair, grab a plate, because everybody's welcome at 10 Garden Street. So what I love about this book is it really brings out this feeling of community and cooking, because I really believe that cooking is one of the most beautiful forms of love that we can share and express for our loved ones, our neighbors, our community members. And this one really inspires me to get a little busy in the kitchen this season and try to make something for my neighbors as well. As much as I love the fact that this season helps us connect with our neighbors and our friends and our family, this can also be kind of a sensitive time for people. The holidays tend to bring out some emotions within us sometimes, and we get nostalgic or we remember someone that we love that may not be here with us to share this special time. So on that note, I really wanted to share one of the books that really has touched my heart and I think belongs in every household and is great for anyone ages 3 to 103. The book is The Rabbit Listened, and this was actually given to me as a gift. Myra, Zoe, and Judah, thank you so much for introducing me to this book. And it features this little kid, Taylor, who builds something amazing, has something amazing in their life. But then one day, out of nowhere, things kind of fall apart. So the chicken comes by and says, "Cluck, cluck, what a shame. I'm so sorry this happened. Let's talk about it. Cluck, cluck." And Taylor doesn't really feel like talking about it. And then next a bear comes along, and the bear is like, "Do you want to roar about it?" And Taylor doesn't really feel like roaring. And all these different animals come by. There's an elephant who just wants to remember, and a hyena who just wants to laugh about it. And Tyler just doesn't really feel like doing any of these things. But then eventually a rabbit comes along, and the rabbit just listens. And because the rabbit comes and because the rabbit listens, Taylor is able to go through all these different emotions. And Taylor shouts and talks and cries and remembers. And then eventually Taylor decides to build again and believes that whatever is built in the future is going to be amazing. And what I love about this book is it really helps us find the language that we need sometimes to express what we need or what we want or just where we're at. So I highly recommend this for anyone that's looking for a book that is tender and funny and involves animals. It's really fun to do the voices. The kids really love it and just really touches your heart. So what I think all of these books have in common is that they really represent the spirit of what we're trying to build here within our homes and within our communities and really within the world, which is peace. And what I really like about this particular book by Wendy Anderson Halperin is that sometimes this concept of peace can feel really overwhelming. You know, peace in the world, and where do we begin with that? Or even peace in our communities or our cities, that can feel like an overwhelming task to take on a lot of issues of social justice. And what I love about this book is it really helps remind us that things like world peace and inner peace are all connected. And it's based on the quotation from Lao Tzu, which is one of my favorites that I refer to when I sometimes feel overwhelmed about the way the world is sometimes. And the quotation goes, "If there's to be peace in the world, there must be peace in the nations. And if there's to be peace in the nations, there must be peace in the cities. If there's to be peace in the cities, there must be peace between neighbors. For there to be peace between neighbors, there must be peace in the home. And for there to be peace in the home, there must be peace in the heart." So what we see in this book is illustrations that really show us different ways that peace can become real in your home or in your community in very simple ways. So for example, we see neighbors building something for the community together. We see a musician sharing his music and talents with people in the park. So there's all sorts of examples, and we also have quotations related to peace from different famous activists and people that have really brought to fruition this idea of peace, both in our hearts as well as our world. So I thought we could end today by maybe singing a song that reminds us to spread the cheer in whatever way we can. I see a gem inside of you and feel a gem inside of me, waiting to shout, come out and dance about in journey of discovery. So go ahead and spread the cheer to everyone that's near. Wish 'em a peace that's sweet as a holiday tree and a happy end of the year. Happy holidays, everyone.